Okay, Jordan, number 27 says factor. Is there anything that goes into all of these terms? Because that's the first thing I'm always looking for. Is there any reason why I would want to pull one out? Is it going to change anything? Okay, so nothing can be pulled out. Okay? How many terms are there? There are 3. So the first question I'm going to ask myself when there are 3 terms is it a perfect square? Now remember, there are 3 questions that I have to ask myself when it's a perfect square. Is the first one a perfect square, Jordan? I'm sorry? Yes, it is. Is the last one a perfect square? It's not. 45 is not a perfect square. So I know that this isn't a perfect square binomial. Okay? So now I know the next thing I'm going to ask is, I know it's going to be 2 binomials that are going to be different. What goes in the front of both of these things, Jordan? X. Okay? What do we know is definitely going to go in the back of both of these things? We're going to get y, because we got y squared. Jordan, nice job so far. Thank you. Okay? Now, Dylan, where do I go from here?
Are we doing it for the formula?
We're not, because there's nothing in front of the x squared.
You factor 45.
I'm going to factor 45. Okay? Now let me ask you, am I going to need the negative factors of 45, positive 45, or the positive?
Because I'm going to need the negative.
I'm going to need the negatives because I need to get negative 16, right?
Yes.
So, negative 1 and negative 45, when I add those, what do I get?
You got negative 46.
Okay, so I don't want that. I'm looking for negative 16. All right? What about 2? Does 2 go into this? How about 3? Let's try. 3 and
15.
And negative 15. When I add those, what do I get? Negative 18. All right? Well, that's not what we need. What else goes into 45?
5.
So negative 5 times negative 9. What do I get when I add those?
Negative 14.
Negative 14. All right, that's not what I need. What about 6? Does 6 go into it? 7? No. 8? No. So these are all the factors of 45. This thing doesn't break down. It won't give me that. So the answer for this one is prime, and that answers Bella's question. Okay? So we don't get negative 16. We get negative 14. We get negative 18. We get negative 46, but we needed negative 16. All right? So that one's definitely prime. Let's see if we can look at one more before we go. Okay? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Bella, is there anything I can take out? No. How many terms do I have, Cecilia? 3. Is it a perfect square? Might be. Might be. Is this a perfect square? Is this a perfect square? Okay. Does 6 times x times 2 give us that? No. So it's not a perfect square. All right? So we know that. I know I'm going to have 2 binomials. What's going to be in the front, Cecilia? X and x. Okay? And let's factor 36. Do I want the positive factors of 36 or the negatives? The positives. So I get 1 and 36. That adds to 37. I get 2 and 18. What's that add to? 20. And that's what I'm looking for. So it's going to be positive 2 and positive 18. That's it. Done. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry I kept you over. Good job.